Hi, everybody. It's Heather, the expat entrepreneur. How are you? It's been ages. I thought it was just about time that I do another update here to let you know how it's going on my crypto journey as promised. So let me get straight into it. And I want to start by saying that I've got a really special announcement to make at the end of this video. I'm going to make you wait. So please stick around to the very end and check it out because I don't think you're going to want to miss it. Exciting news. But my journey so far in crypto, wow, it's been amazing. And just to let you know, in case you haven't followed my other videos or you're not sure what my history is, what my story is, I'm a new person to crypto. I'm a newbie. I had not been doing anything in that space at all up until about April, May of this year. And up until then, I had my head in the ground like an ostrich. And I thought I missed a boat and I was waiting for it to carry on, for that fad to go away, right? It's basically what I was thinking. I mean, obviously, I was totally wrong. Fortunately, I ended up getting various things come across my desk and that got me interested in crypto. And I took a program called The Plan and learned my own system, how I can take my own money and put it into crypto and invest and make money off these bots, which has been awesome. And that's exactly what I've done. So let me get on and tell you how it's been going. And right now, as I'm talking to you, the market has just crashed a little bit. It's not really a crash, it's dipped down, which I think is the perfect time to show you how things are going, because I want to actually take you into my account, my live account, and show you how it's been going. But let me just suffice to say that as of this morning, my account overall is up about 31% in 2.5 months of trading. And this is working out to a 5-figure profit, which is awesome. And as of yesterday morning, my account was up 39%. And you might be thinking, oh, why are you so happy, Heather? It went down. I know it did, but I'm so happy because, and I'm going to show you in my account, I still made money. I'm still making money every day. And that's the whole point of it. And before I go into the numbers, I just want to give you a tiny bit of back history so that you know the investment strategy that I'm using to invest in crypto is a way that we can make money 2 ways. So one of those ways is, most people out there, they're buying low and selling high, and they're just hoping, right? They're hoping that they're buying low and they're hoping that they're selling high and that they've timed it right and they've got the right coin and it's going to actually do what they're thinking it's going to do. That's what the majority of people do. And that's why the majority of people lose. Because if there was a reliable way for us to actually do that, it's called timing the market. Lots of us would be making heaps of money just doing that, buying the dips and selling when it goes high before it turns around. It's just way, way harder than anybody implies that it is to do. You think, you hear a hot tip and you think, oh, I'm going to be able to do this. And it very rarely works out. However, that is built right into these bots. And if it does go up, you will make a potential gain on that increase in value. So that's one of the ways we can make money, but that's not the main way. And that's not even my favorite way, even though it could potentially be a lot if something really rose a lot in price. The main way that we make money is on the bot profit that happens daily, many times every single day. And what that means is these bots that we construct with the 2 coins, we put that together and then that bot goes out and it buys and sells and it gets all these orders that are executed and triggered as soon as if this, then that happens. And it's all pre-programmed. You don't have to do any of the programming. You don't have to do any of the watching and monitoring. It happens automatically. And that's the beauty of it. And as it goes out and every time it sells a position, that's going to be putting money in your bank, money in your balance that is instantly available for you. It's not money you can take out down the road or that you have to wait, a year or 10 years or however long until it matures and that you can actually remove it and do something with it. The money is there instantaneously. And the money that goes into your balance is after the fees, after the exchange fees. So what you see is what you get, which is awesome. So that's why I love that way of making money off this investment strategy more than anything at all. And for me, it's like I say, it's automated. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to share my screen now, and I want to take you into my account behind the scenes so that you can see exactly how things are going. And just before I do, I'm going to show you, this is CoinGecko. This is the website that I go to pretty much every morning to see what's happening, see where things are at, how much money Bitcoin is worth, for example, because that's the main coin that Bitcoin and Ethereum that are, pretty much setting the tides for the whole market. And you can see here, look on the right, red, down, big charts going down, all this red, right? The market is down big time right now. Like for example, with Bitcoin, it's sitting today right now at about 60,000. Last time I checked, it was closer to 64. And that seems to be an amount that it tends to drop. When it drops about $4,000 repeatedly. I can look back in time and see that happening quite frequently. But here's its chart over, that's the last 90 days. And you can see it's just chugged up and now it's kind of channeling a bit and it's down at the moment. And that bit right there that's gone down, it doesn't look like much, but it is. And there you go. You can see on the chart here, it's about $4 or $5,000. And when it does that, everything else just gets pulled down with it, right? And that's why we see all that red for, like, these are the top 100 coins, by the way, on CoinGecko here at the top. So all this red, this is the top 100 coins. There's only a handful of them that are still green. And most people out there this morning, they're like, oh my God, the market's down. I'm losing all this money. What am I going to do? And they're freaking out. And I'm telling you, I could not be happier. Now let's go back to my live account and I'm going to show you why. Here is my live account and I'm going to scroll down here to my 9 bots. You can see here, it says 9 bots. That's what I've got going at the moment, 9 live bots. And more than half of them are in the red. More than half of them are like down. But guess what? I'm still making money. So I don't care, because the strategy that I use makes money whether it goes up, whether it goes down, and especially if it just goes sideways. So let me click on one of these that's been on for a little while. This one here, it's been on for 13 days and 18 hours. And we'll just do a little bit of an analysis and have a look at what's happening with this coin. And you can see, I'm going to just change my graph here so that it's on a 6-hour window, which I like a little bit better at the moment. And you can see it's been bouncing around. At the moment, it's definitely down toward the bottom of my grid line. But yet, every one of these red circles is money in my pocket, because every time it sells, which is a red circle, I get money put into my balance, which is amazing, right? So even as the market is tanking, I'm still earning money, daily profits. Let's go into another one of these and have a look at it as well, where it's at a negative at the moment and it's supposedly losing, right? Everybody else is, the people who buy low and sell high. Sorry, I got a track mouse here and it's just going a little bit ballistic at the moment. Sorry, doesn't want to let go of that. There, okay, I think I got it. But you can see here clearly also, even as all these red circles are buys, remember that's money in my, or sells, sorry, money in my pocket, selling for a profit, because the bot is set up that way. If it's not going to get a profit, it's not going to sell. So you don't have to worry about any of that. All you got to do is set the few parameters that we learn in the program so that it will just go out and do its merry little buying and selling and fill your balance up with money. So even as it goes up, you see there's red circles. Even as it goes down, there's red circles. And even as it goes sideways, there's red circles. These ones are a little less time-wise, so they're not quite as dramatic to show, and you see, but they're still like you're looking at red circles every single time. And there was one in particular that I was going to show you, and I wonder, I should have made a note of it. Yeah, because I don't. It was a really cool it hit the bottom 3 times. Let me just actually do a quick little pause, and I'm just going to see if I can find that, because it's a great example. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, found it. Thank you. It's worth the wait because this is such a great example, this one. So this particular bot I have had on for 13 days and 19 hours. It's currently down. But in those 13 days, I've made $320 off of it. And well, I can see right here, because it tells me on the screen, that's a 10.68% return on the money. And what that means is that I've made 0.82% on this bot every day on average. That's the average amount, which is the great amount to know because that's all we can go on. We don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. That's why we don't do the buy low, sell high, time the market strategy, because we don't know where it will be. We need to look at the averages of the reality of what has happened and plan based on that, because that is what is most likely going to continue to happen going forward. So on this little beauty, here's what's happened. I've got 3 amazing tests of the market going down, right? It's been dropping. So let me just back right out here and show you kind of like how long, what it's been doing. That's what I want to do. I want to start out over here. And you can see that, so this is a long-term bot, this one is, or coin, I mean to say. It's been around for a while, it was doing not a lot, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like it got lit up. And it's been bopping all over the place. And right now, and this is obviously a coin that is in the top 100, because for the most part, all of my 9 bots, except for 2, are within the top 100, because that's my strategy. I want to be fairly conservative because I'm making such great money off of this. There's no need to go doing crazy moonshot trades or choosing those coins that you think, oh, I'm just going to hope. Because hope is not a strategy, you guys, right? We want to do things that we have a much, much higher chance. Take the strategy that's going to give you a very high probability of duplicating what it's already done. When we look at these little tiny micro profits that we're getting, sometimes second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, it's literally going into your balance all the time. So when you sleep, that old idea, wouldn't you love to make money while you're sleeping? This is happening. This is what's happening here. So let me open this up then and show you what I'm talking about with this one, because you see there 3 times it's tested the floor and it hasn't broken through. So that's called support. And you can see there's 3 clear times here. It's come down, bounced back up, came down, bounced back up, came down, and I suspect it's most likely going to bounce back up. That would be my best guess, and I would absolutely once it turned to the corner, execute a trade on that particular coin if I didn't already have one on, because that is a beautiful thing to see and just for verification that you're on the right track here. So let's just go behind the scenes and have a look at what this looks like, this one particular bot with the numbers behind the scenes. I'm just going to show you here. This is all the transactions that have happened. So you can look at every single buy and sell that this thing has done. That's how the blockchain works. It's complete transparency. Every single thing is recorded. So in this case, there's been 2,656 transactions in the 13 days and 19 hours. And here they all are. You can scroll to your heart's content. But the main thing you might want to look at is where there's a bunch of red, because every time there's red, that's a sell. And remember, I told you these things only sell for a profit. So every time you see red, it's money in your pocket. So if you look here, this was on November 16th at 10:10. I probably think that's in the morning. It's sold. And over, well, let me go to the top so that we can see the menu and you know exactly. Scroll. There we go. There we go. I don't know why that doesn't stay up top, but anyway, because I don't know what which column is which. To tell you the truth, I don't go in here and look at this level of detail very often. I'm just happy to see the numbers going up in my bank account or my balance constantly. So here, let's look at this. November 17th at 5:49, there was a sell, and this is the amount of the coin that it sold. This is the price that it was originally bought at, because you had to buy it in order to sell it. This is the price the coin was sold at, and that's the fee that was paid to the exchange for it. And this is how much I got, which is 30 cents roughly, and a bunch of change. So that when that happened, that took my balance from up to $318.86. The next one that sold for 29 cents took my balance up to $319.13. And the next one took it up to 0.40 cents and 0.68 cents and 0.95 cents. And you see how it just chugs and chugs and chugs. And this is from 5:49 to 6:06. It's like 15 minutes this has happened in, and I've made that money. And this just happens all day long, every day. Now there is an exception to this. There are times that you may not be in the grid. So, and you don't make money when you're not in the grid. It can go out the top, or it can possibly go out the bottom. We have a lot of strategies we can put into place to mitigate when that happens, because it will happen. And that's totally fine. That's just part of this thing. That's part of what happens. It's just like knowing the market is going to go up and the market is going to go down. We know that and we expect it. And that's why we do not freak out when it happens, because it's part of the whole thing that's making this possible and that's putting all that money in your pocket. So when it does go out of range, out of the grid, and you can see in my case, it did a couple of times. It went out here where there's just one red line, and it went out here where there's just one red line. And that means if it had kept going down, for example, I would have been out of the grid and I wouldn't have been making money, because I'm only making money when the price of the price of this bot is trading within my grid lines, which you see right here. So when it does go out, whether it's up or down, like I say, there are things we can do to mitigate that. But in the meantime, that's the only time I'm not making money. Otherwise, as long as this bot is wiggling, there's buying and selling happening automatically. It's already been set up and pre-programmed, and it's happening automatically by this AI. It's artificial intelligence working for you. I love that. And it's just doing this buying and selling. And what happens is you can come over here to your balance and click on that. And this is where it shows you exactly how much money you have in your account at any given time. Now, these numbers are going to be grayed out for you, so you're not going to see everything, because there's a whole bunch of coins here that I can't show you at the moment, and there's a whole bunch of settings up here that are proprietary. And with when I joined the plan, I also had to sign an NDA saying that I wouldn't disclose the secret information, because that's only available to plan members. And so that's why some of this stuff is grayed out for that reason. But in here, this is where you will see, you can click on your balance, and you've got a column here that shows you which coins you have a position in at the moment, what amount is in trades at the moment, which is all these coins on this side. And then this last one is your balance, and that's available balance. So any number that's here is amount that's sitting there for you to do whatever you want with. You can take that money out. You can put it back into the brick and mortar world, and you can go for dinner or go on a holiday or buy a car or do whatever you want to do with the money you make. You can reinvest it back in. You can put it into a savings wallet. Like whatever you're wanting to do with your investment income is up to you. And these bought profits that are happening every day are going into your balance, and they're available to you immediately. You're not waiting for anything or anything to mature or somebody to say, okay, you've waited your 60 days, you can have your money now. It's entirely up to you. That's the beauty of this system and this plan, is that you are 100% in control at all times. And it is 100% in your name. And by the way, I'll just do a little segue and say, if you're thinking of getting involved in crypto and investing in crypto and you haven't yet, or you're thinking of doing a new type of a strategy, please don't hand your money over to somebody to invest it for you, because it's highly unlikely that that is going to work out well for you. It'll probably work out very well for them, because you probably know the crypto market is unregulated, which is actually what makes it so good. It's kind of a double-edged sword in a way, but because crypto and blockchain is decentralized, that means nobody owns it, nobody controls it, nobody is governing it and enforcing their rules or regulations on it. It's a true free market system, which is what's so great about it. But that also means that it's rife with scams and people, pretending to look like they're legit and they're not, and they're going to take your, and not be doing what you're hoping they're going to do. It's a lot of times you just have to be really careful. And in like the system that I'm involved with and the program that I learned from, it's just a training program. Like that's all it is. The plan is just a training program. It's not an investment pool or scheme or anything like that. It's a training program that could have been on how to build a vertical garden in your balcony from your apartment. Like it could have been a training program on that. It just happened to be a training program on investing in crypto. So there's no person who's taking your money and investing it for you. And that's what I really got a lot of comfort from when I realized that, because I thought, okay, the only thing this is somebody who's put a program together and I'm paying them for that knowledge. I'm not actually, paying them a fee to invest my money or hoping that they're going to do what they say they're going to do with my money. And I just wanted to really emphasize that with you. If you're looking at getting involved in crypto, especially, but with any investment, I think it's such an important cornerstone of our life, isn't it? If anything deserves, it's our money and our health that deserve our full attention. And we've got to make sure that we're up to speed and doing what we can even in our busy life. And believe me, I know I'm super busy too. But anyway, back to this. And I just wanted to quickly show you here, which is where I meant to start. But I wanted to show you, how do you know where things stand in the account, and what do all these numbers mean? And in this example here, this column, this profit column is the main thing that we want to look at. The change column here that you see with the red and the green, I don't hardly pay attention to it, or the value either. This will fluctuate like crazy based on what's happening with the market. If it's up, it's up. If it's down, it's down. And there's lots of red. And that's okay. I don't care. I don't get freaked out at all, because I'm still making money. That's why. And I understand that this is part of the system that is putting money in my pocket day in and day out. It's got to go up and down, or I wouldn't be making that money. So it's a good thing. You don't let yourself get freaked out by that at all. But this column here, the bought profit, I just wanted to, maybe I'll spare you the calculator. I was going to get my calculator out and start showing you how to actually add it all up. And I'll just start and let you see that if I add up all these percentages, okay, and I've already done it. So I would add up, I'll just start with a couple of them so that you can see. If I added up to 1.28 plus 4.79 plus 2.35 plus 22.12 plus 7.88. Maybe I'll just continue to run through this one column so you see from top to finish. Plus 10.68. It's pretty nice. Plus 11.47. Plus 6.91. And finally, plus 39.31. That's my overall big percentage. So that's 106%.79. And that is over all these bots. So what do I have to do now? I have to divide them by 9, right? To get the average, because right now that's not a real number. So if I divide it by 9, the 9 bots I have on, you can see that I'm making an average of 11.86%. Now that's very close to this number right here. It's slightly off, and we do have to allow and be okay and comfortable with things not being exactly to the second, because even as I'm going through here, you can see there's numbers that are changing. And of course I point that out and they stop changing. But down here, because this market is fluid and it is moving. And that's why this works, you guys, by the way, is because the crypto market is so volatile. You couldn't do what we're doing here in the regular stock market because it just doesn't move enough, or fast enough, or often enough. You need this volatility in order for this bot profit strategy to work. So my point is, when you add up all these numbers and you see what your average return is on these bots, the next thing that I do is I look at what is my average daily trading time, because what does 11.58% mean? Over what period of time? We need to know what period of time. So I'm just going to do it with the handheld calculator because it's way, way quicker, but follow with your eyes. I've got 2 days and 19 hours. And for me, unless it gets over to 20 hours, then I pop it up to the next day. So I'm calling that 2 days. The next one I'm going to call 3 days because it's 2 days and 23 hours. So that's just me. 3 days. So then we've got 6 days, and then we've got 9 days plus 11 days, which is down here, plus 13 more days, plus 13 more days, plus 40 days, because that's 1 month and 10 days. And the last one is 2 months and 9 days, so plus 69 days. So that's a total of 166 days. And now I have to divide that by 9, right? By all these bots, divided by 9. Am I 9 or am I? I am 9. Divided by 9. So that's an average of 18.44 days. Okay, so that's now the number that we need to use when we're trying to figure out what percentage am I getting per day, because we've got 11.58% is what we came up with here. It was a little bit different than the one that we've got when we added it ourselves. 11.58% divided by, oh shoot, was it 18 days? I've got it written down, thankfully, yes. Divided by 18 days equals 0.64. So that is my average daily profit, 0.64%. And that's just a quick one. I can just redo that up here quickly so that you can see and remember how it works. You take this number here, this 11.58% divided by Why am I not remembering 18 or 16? Divided by 18 days equals 0.64. So that means that my overall portfolio is averaging 0.64% per day, which is outstanding, because you know what, you guys, when you times that by 30, look at what your monthly average is, 19%. And if I times that by 12 to see what my annual return would be, that's over 200% return. So if we just look at it from the 0.64% and see how much money does that really mean, because that's what we want to know, right? What's going in my pocket? All of these bots, the system that I follow requires me to invest $3,000 minimum per bot. And one of these bots here is actually 5,000. So I know that the 3 times 8 bots, 3,000 times 8 bots is 24 grand plus 5 for this one is 29 grand. I just remember that that's what's in on the table here. So $29,000 times 0.64% means I'm making $185 a day. And the market's tanking. Do I care? I mean, how happy do you think I am? I was hoping for $100 a day, basically. And to have this going, and that's an average. There are going to be days where it's way less. There's going to be days where it's way more. And overall, it's going to average out. And I'm going to be, as long as I'm making 0.5% a day, because that is the number that I chose for me, for my trade plan, I am tickled pink. So to know that that's what's happening behind the scenes every day while I'm living my life and doing my thing is amazing. And so with this, and maybe I'll just stop sharing screen for a second now, because I think I've pretty much showed you everything you need to see there. But with this, the amount of time that it takes to construct one of those bots is so small. The very first time that you do it, it might take you 20 or 30 minutes, maybe. And that's a huge stretch. And that's assuming you're doing heaps of research, which of course you should do. But the amount of time that this takes is so small. It's unbelievable, really, because my background is online business. And up until I completely dove in headfirst to this crypto and this plan and this strategy, what I did mostly was help other people find and identify the ideal online business for them. And I did that through a proprietary system that I created called the Legit E-Business Assessment, where I dive deep into the top 15 thriving online businesses that exist today, the top 15. And it's all organized based on the pros and cons and how much time does each one take? How much money is it going to require for you to start this thing up and start generating an income? What's the hassle factor? How much income can you expect to derive from this? And how long is it going to take for you to start making money? Like all those important questions that nobody asks themselves before they get sold on some great sounding sales pitch of how easy it is to do drop shipping, for example. So anyway, that's why I did that, because I went down one of those paths with Amazon FBA, as a matter of fact, and I was 6 long years in private label. Long years, let me tell you. This is just like a walk in the park on a sunny Sunday with in every wonderful thing you could imagine having, coffee and cake and whatever you want. It's beautiful. And my point is, this system is now the top of my list for my Legit E-Business Assessment. It's not technically a business, but it is a passive income stream. And it is something that took me maybe 10 or 12 hours to learn total. So you've got 6 sessions when you're with the plan, with this program. And in that time, that's how long it took me to learn it. Of course, I've gone through them a couple of times because I really want to know and understand. But the point is that the amount of time it takes you to actually get competent and learn to be able to do this and execute a bot is minimal. I mean, we're talking, it's a weekend. It's a weekend of your life. And the amount of time it then takes you to put the trade on, to put the bot together, is minutes. So after you've done your first one, I mean, literally the other ones, I put them on in less than 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. And then what do? I pop in every morning. You don't have to, but I do. I pop in every morning, just see how's it going? What's going on in here? What are you guys up to? And check it out. And then I carry on and go do my other job, or go for a run, or do whatever it is I'm doing in my life, live my life while this is happening and making this money on the side for me day in and day out. And it is beautiful to have a modest portfolio together that's making 30%. I mean, it's making 5 figures in 2.5 months. Like, I mean, it's totally going to double within probably the same amount of within a very short period of time. Within the next number of months, it'll just be, it would be 6 months, wouldn't it, basically, if it kept going the way it's going. And that's not even including in the potential upswings that people are calling for in the market. So let me get to my special announcement, because you're probably wondering, okay, Heather, what's going on here? Well, it's great news. And if you have not yet looked at the plan that I've been referring to, the training program, it's called The Plan, and it's by Dan Hollings. The doors are opening for this program. The official launch is happening at the end of November. And so that means the opportunity is going to be there for you to for sure learn more and potentially jump in if it looks like it's going to be a good strategy for you, for your investments in your portfolio. And I can just say, like I was alluding to, I've not found anything even remotely close to this that requires such a small amount of time and a small amount of capital as well, you guys. I mean, you can get started with $3,000. I mean, where can you do that and potentially double that money within a couple of months and let that fund your next spot, for example? It's not something that's, 30,000 or 50,000 or 100,000. Some of these investment things are just huge money. And so it's meant to be something that you do in addition to your other investments. It's meant to be a portion of your portfolio, not your whole thing, even though some people do dive headfirst into it. But anyway, the opportunity is coming up. It's coming up fast. And I would like to strongly suggest that you go ahead and hit the button below this video to get yourself on the wait list, and let me notify you the moment those doors are open so that you can secure your seat in the webinar that Dan is presenting himself to explain this in more detail and show you exactly what the system is like, what the program is like, and exactly why you should be looking at crypto right now in this moment in time. And it's a free webinar, and I highly, highly recommend it. I will be there watching with bated breath to see whatever new developments Dan has, because every time he puts a webinar out, I watch, no matter what I've just gone through in terms of training. So I highly recommend hit the button below and get yourself registered to be notified by me for when the plan opens up again. And I will just say that on the last round, when I was promoting it, the bonuses that I offer for anybody who decides to enroll, if you decide to enroll in the plan through me, you will get the best bonus package that exists for this program. And that is me providing this for you. And I know it's the best from past experience, and I am not going to be outdone this time. Believe me, I have some amazing surprises in store for the newcomers, bonuses that were not offered the last time that are going to be this time. And by the way, they're all there. And the whole reason I do my bonuses is to help the new people to get up and running. Because I know from personal experience, I know from when I went through it, even though Rapid Crush and Dan provide a whole lot of support on their end, they're limited. They're a big, bulky company, right? And they've got to have people who are experienced and know how to answer these questions to answer all of the questions. So sometimes when you're in the training and you're trying to get to the next level, you're trying to move forward quickly, but you're not able to actually, you have a question and you might need to get that answered quickly. And I'm your guy. I'm the one who's going to do that for you. I support all these people. I've just trained over 150 people on the last intake to come through and get up and running. And that's the whole point of every one of my bonuses is designed. In fact, I call them no real value bonuses. There's no fluff, zero fluff on purpose, because every single one of them is designed to help you to get from where you are now to get you up and running to where I am. And you can. It is not difficult to learn. And with my support and the community that I have of amazing other people just like you, it is amazing. It is amazing. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up now. And again, just invite you to go ahead and click that button, get yourself registered so that I can let you know as soon as the doors open. And if you do decide to enroll, make sure you do it with me so that you do set yourself up for the utmost success with all the support and the bonuses that I'm offering for everybody who does. And on that note, if you like this video and this content, hit the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel. And every time there's a new video that I put out, and there's going to be a bunch of them coming in the next short term here, believe me, you're not going to want to miss them. YouTube will notify you so that you know and you won't miss a thing. So, yay! I hope you're excited and love to see these results, because I love to, even though they're mine, I know, and I should be happy, but I love to see these kind of results with other people too, because it's possible. It means that it's happening for people, and that means it can happen for you too. So come on board. I'd be thrilled and honored to help you with this. So on that note, I will say adios for today, and have a good one, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.